We want to introduce you to an unusual bond that has turned into a lifelong friendship.
You're going to meet Max and Quackers. They belong to a Minnesota couple. Max is a 12-year-old husky. Quackers is a 4-year-old duck. And the two are inseparable.
Reporter John Lauritsen shows us how man's best friend became best friends with a duck and why their friendship has become an inspiration to others.
You could call this a dogtail, or you could call it a ducktail. But for the 25 people that live in tiny Strout, Minnesota, it's not a tale at all. For them, the story of Max and Quackers is already legendary.
Sometimes on my way home, I actually kind of hope they're out there because they're just too precious to look at.
And they're hard to miss. On any given day, rain or shine, the pair can be found sitting along Highway 28, looking like a greeting card, just waiting for a caption. It's a lonely country roadway, and in some ways that's symbolic of how this unlikely pair came to be.
Initially, he was very energetic. He was everywhere.
Max was 5 years old when Patrick and Kirsten Riley adopted him. He became friends with Sasha, another husky they had at the time. But when Sasha passed away, Max was alone, until the Rileys got Quackers the duckling. He, too, had lost a couple buddies along the way.
He was without any friends. And so Max would sit next to his pen all the time, and I think they just kind of bonded that way. And then after we let them get out, they just never left each other's side.
You could say that Quackers took to Max like a duck takes to water. But the feeling was mutual. Alone no longer. They now do everything together. Everything.
They sleep together, they eat together, they drink together, they go for walks together down the road. Everything is together.
They share carpeted sleeping quarters in the garage, and bright and early in the morning, it's not unusual to hear the sound of webbed feet and paws, sometimes even a quack and a bark. It's enough to get anyone driving by to do a double take.
We see people stopping over there all the time. The traffic gets clogged up over there sometimes because of all the pictures getting taken.
Pictures that they'll send to the Rileys.
They love it. They say it brightens their day. They're so happy to see this different friendship and love.
The Rileys know Max is no longer a young pup. He's 84 in dog years. But if you measure your journey through life by being a good friend to someone else, then these two have put on a lot of miles together. After all, if a dog and duck can put aside their obvious differences, why can't the rest of us?
Some people have said that a duck will find a mate, a companion, and once they have that companion, they're set. And that's what Quackers found with Max.
John Lauritsen, WCCO 4 News.
The Rileys say Max and Quackers will sit along the road in their favorite spot, and they spend more time closer to the house in the winter. Patrick does go duck hunting. Max likes to sniff the birds that Patrick brings home, but Max obviously doesn't look at Quackers as that kind of a duck.
Great story.
I know.
Yeah.
So cool. Oh, my goodness. Well, Bison football looking to bounce back this week. We hear from RJ Urzędowski about just how tough it was to watch the film this week from Saturday's loss. That's next.